Hi everybody. How long has it been? I think it's been something like 10 years since I posted my last video. So yeah, I figured maybe it was time to post an update, and I also wanted to reassure you all that I am in fact alive and healthy. Yeah, so I started making videos on YouTube back in 2006, not that long after the platform came to be. And when I started, I did it because I felt like it was something that was therapeutic for me, just kind of like a diary, like a very public diary. But I knew that I wasn't the only one out there having these kinds of feelings, having these kinds of thoughts, going through these kinds of experiences. And so I figured if I could do something that was therapeutic for me, and it was also helpful to other people, that could be a nice project. I think at some point, like I made over 100 videos, and eventually I felt like I ran out of things to talk about, especially like things related to transition. Kind of covered every topic that I could think about, and also life got hard, in some ways. I've had some difficulties in my personal life, and I don't know, maybe I lost some self confidence in a way. Like I didn't dare to put myself out there and be like completely unfiltered as much. I think also like we're maybe like in a different climate today than like 10, 15 years ago in some ways. Like if you say one wrong thing, right, people can judge you for it. So I feel like, we're all being like more careful. But recently, back in 2020, someone from YouTube Trends reached out to me because they wanted to do like a little like one-on-one interview. They said that the first video that I posted on this channel was the first coming out video that they could find on YouTube. And yeah, I felt like that was kind of touching in a way, and it kind of motivated me to I don't know, maybe start making videos again. So yeah, consider this an update slash a test run. You might be wondering where I've been all this time, what happened to me. Well, I guess I can give you like a quick rundown. I would say like lots of things have happened. I broke up with my girlfriend at the time. I think, she was a very supportive partner, but it came down to maybe one fundamental difference, which is like I feel like I'm more of an optimist, and sometimes she's more of a pessimist. So we split up, but we're still friends even to this day. So I'm happy. I'm happy to say that we're still friends. In this time, I've had a couple of other relationships. I would say my dating life has had lots of ups and downs. Dating as a trans person is very complicated. This is maybe something I'd like to talk about in another video. Also, when I was last making videos, I was kind of like in the middle of my PhD. I've since graduated. I'm happy to say like I did a good PhD. I graduated on the dean's honors list. Near the end of my PhD, I got lots of job offers from big tech companies. I moved to California, to Silicon Valley for a year to take one of these job offers from a big tech company. Then later I moved back to Montreal because I feel like this city, at least for me, like it feels like a healthier place to live. And that choice has served me well. I like it here. I have lots of friends here. Career wise, things have been going great. I went on to have a pretty good career, pretty nice CV. Doing pretty well for myself. I was able to buy a place just before the pandemic. I guess lucky timing. What else? Well, I would say years and years ago, over 10 years ago, I actually made a video about the topic of friends. Like, I kind of struggled to make friends, maybe because partly because of how I was socialized. Something else I touched on in my videos is that I was raised by a schizophrenic, by a mentally ill single mom, And I feel like that kind of like pushed back my socialization, you know, like I feel like what ended up happening is that I lived my teenage years in my 20s. Like my teenage years started at age 25. I was like in the middle of my PhD, and I started. I really wanted to make friends, to meet people, so I started partying all the time. I started going out every weekend. Had lots of fun doing that. Met lots of people until I think the partying became kind of too much. You know, at one point I figured I could either party like a rock star or be a rock star programmer, but probably not both. You know, kind of pick one sort of a thing. So I decided to to do the healthier thing. Also had some personal difficulties in my life. This is something like I'm kind of like hesitant to talk about in public a little bit, but I will talk about it because I feel like lots of people go through unfortunate experiences like this, and it's better to talk about it. So as I was finishing my PhD, as I was about to take my first industry job, my mom got locked up in prison. I guess I won't give you all of the specifics maybe when it comes to that, but it comes down to her mental illness. Like she made some death threats, and well, that happens to be illegal, right? So they locked her up right away, awaiting trial. She was forced to stay in jail for a month, which is I don't know, really sad to think that they would do that to someone who's mentally ill. But yeah, so when I found out about that, like I think with all the stress in my life of like finishing my PhD and everything, like it sent me into a depression. Like I had my first like major depressive episode in my life, just as I was starting a new job, like my first real job. So that was really hard to deal with. The lucky thing is that I had lots of support, like lots of resources that I had access to. Like I was lucky enough to have access to good medical care. I was able to take antidepressants for a couple of months, get my life back on track, and I was able to pull myself out of it. So yeah, maybe another topic for another video. But like I don't know, if you're going through a hard time in your life, it is possible to make it out on the other side. If you ask for help, if you find the right resources, the right motivation inside. Yeah. What else? I went to Burning Man back in 2019. That was also an interesting experience with some ups and downs. Yeah. And as of today, like I started my transition over 15 years ago. I've been living as a woman full time for over 10 years now, on hormones for over 10 years. Generally speaking, I would say like I'm alive and healthy. I've been through a lot of things. I have more life experience and probably a lot more things to say than when I last made videos. And I'm posting this video in part to see what kind of response I get. I realized that YouTube is not the same game. It's not the same thing as it was 10 years ago. There's just a lot more content out there. And I don't even know how many of you are actually going to see this video, right? Because like the way the YouTube algorithm works, even though this channel has lots of subscribers, I don't actually know how many people will see this video in their feed and end up watching it. So my first question to you is anybody watching? And what would you like to hear me talk about? Just comment below. Tell me, come and say hi. Tell me what you'd like to hear me talk about, if anything. Oh, and also, please make sure to downvote the trolls. Like and subscribe. Join my Patreon. Just kidding, I don't have a Patreon. And yeah, let's see what happens. Goodbye.